Alright, let's talk about cryptocurrency. Yes, that thing your cousin who just discovered artisanal kombucha won't shut up about. It sounds complicated, doesn't it? Like something invented by a robot who majored in riddles. But at its core, it's surprisingly simple. Think of it as digital money. It's money that doesn't exist as a grubby bill in your wallet or a shiny coin you find in the sofa. Instead, it lives entirely on the internet, a ghost in the machine that you can, theoretically, use to buy things. It's like the points you get in a video game, except instead of buying a shiny new virtual sword, you might buy a very real, possibly very disappointing pizza. So, why did anyone even bother inventing this stuff? Well, the whole point was to create a type of money that no single person, bank, or government could control. You know how the Federal Reserve can just decide to print more money? The creators of crypto, a mysterious figure or group named Satoshi Nakamoto, wanted a system that wasn't at the mercy of institutional whims. Now, you might be thinking, okay, internet money, I get it. I use Apple Pay. How is this any different? That's a fair question. A question that deserves an answer that isn't just a condescending sigh. The biggest difference between your crisp dollar bills and something like Bitcoin is where they come from and who's in charge. Regular money, or fiat currency, if you want to sound smart at parties, is issued by a government. The United States government backs the dollar. The British government backs the pound, and so on. This means there's a central authority, a big boss, who controls the supply and guarantees its value. Or at least, they try to. Cryptocurrency, on the other hand, is the wild child of the financial world. It has no central authority. No one. There isn't a bank of Bitcoin you can call when you forget your password. Instead, it's run by a network of computers all over the world, all working together to verify transactions. This is the decentralization we talked about. It means your crypto isn't tied to the economy of a single country. But crypto? It's on its own weird global roller coaster, completely detached from traditional economic indicators. Okay, deep breath. We're going into the weeds now. How does this all function without a bank babysitting everything? The magic word, the one you've probably heard but pretended to understand, is blockchain. Imagine a digital notebook. Every time someone sends or receives crypto, a record of that transaction is written down on a page in that notebook. This page is called a block. Once the page is full of transactions, it gets added to the end of the notebook. Each new page is cryptographically linked to the one before it, forming a chain. A blockchain. It's a chain of blocks. The name is aggressively literal. So, who writes in this notebook? This is where miners come in. And no, these aren't grizzled prospectors with pickaxes and canaries. These are people with incredibly powerful computers. Their computers compete to solve a very, very difficult math problem. The first computer to solve the puzzle gets the right to add the next block of transactions to the chain. As a reward for their effort and the massive amount of electricity their computer just used, they are given some brand new cryptocurrency. This is how new coins are created. It's a bit like a digital gold rush, except with more fans whirring and fewer saloon brawls. Let's be very clear about something. Getting into cryptocurrency is like deciding to ride a unicycle on a tightrope over a pool of sharks. It can be thrilling. You might make it to the other side and be hailed as a genius, but there's also a very, very real chance you're going to end up as shark food. The biggest benefit, and the one that gets all the headlines, is the potential for massive returns. We've all heard stories of someone who bought $100 of Bitcoin in 2011 and is now a multimillionaire who spends their days deciding which color Lamborghini to drive. These stories are real, and they are incredibly seductive. The flip side of that coin, however, is extreme volatility. The value of cryptocurrencies can swing wildly, and I mean wildly. It's not uncommon for a coin to lose 20% of its value in a single day because of a rumor, a tweet, or just because the wind blew in the wrong direction. What was worth $60,000 one month could be worth $30,000 the next. This makes it a terrifyingly unstable place to park your life savings. Investing money you can't afford to lose in crypto is like betting your mortgage on a single spin of a roulette wheel. Let me tell you a little story. Imagine a man named Greg. Greg is a perfectly normal guy. He likes dogs, he hates cilantro, he thinks pineapple on pizza is an abomination. In 2017, Greg's nephew told him about a new cryptocurrency called Dogecoin, which was literally started as a joke based on a dog meme. Greg, feeling adventurous, threw $500 at it, laughed, and forgot about it. Fast forward to 2021. Internet hype, billionaire tweets, exploded in value. Greg's $500 was suddenly worth over $100,000. He sold it. He paid off his student loans. He took a very nice vacation. He still doesn't understand how it happened. Greg's story illustrates the sheer, baffling absurdity of the crypto market. It's a place where fundamentals don't always apply, and a joke can become a serious financial asset overnight. So, what have we learned? We've learned that cryptocurrency is a form of digital money that's not controlled by any bank or government. It runs on a transparent public ledger called the blockchain, which is maintained by a global network of computers. This makes it decentralized and, in theory, more democratic. We've also learned that it is wildly volatile, rife with scams, and using it makes you entirely responsible for your own security, which is a responsibility that most of us are simply not equipped to handle. It's a technology with the potential to both create immense wealth and destroy it in the blink of an eye. The bottom line is this: cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology behind it are not going away. They represent a fundamental challenge to the way we think about money, ownership, and trust. While you absolutely should not take your retirement fund and dump it into a coin named after a cartoon Shiba Inu, you should probably pay attention to this space. At this point, it's honestly a toss-up. And isn't that just the most exciting and terrifying thing you've ever heard?